What's up, everybody? I'm your host, Richard Profit. Welcome back to the Profit Realty Group channel. We're here rehabbing a unit. The guys just stepped out for lunch, so I got about a half hour. So we're talking watches, right? Well, Rolex. We're talking Rolex. We are talking Rolex. Now, you know what? I'm going to take it all the way back to the beginning. Back in 2018, I believe it was March of 2018. I made a video. Rolex has no steel watches, right? I'll include it at the end of this video. So I made that video, Rolex has no steel watches. A lot of people weren't really sure what I was talking about, because that was back when this whole debacle with the steel watches, you can't get one, blah, 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 had just began. You know, I didn't even know it was going on. What happened for me, how I learned, was trial by fire, right? So I got a buddy of mine, he's into watches, like I'm into watches, and well, you gotta watch that video. Rolex has no steel watches. I'll include it at the end. But anyway, fast forward, make a long story short, he tried to get a James Cameron, deep sea dweller, deep sea James Cameron, back in 2018, at the very beginning of this Rolex steel watch shortage, steel sports shortage. He had one in his hands, and he let it go. He says, I want to look around, I want to look around, I want to look around. And then just like that, there were no steel watches available anymore. So that was 2 years ago. Now, for 2 years, he's been trying to get the James Cameron Deep Sea. He says, Prophet, I really love that watch. I really love that watch. And, you know, I have to admit, it looked good on him. He's a big guy. This is a big watch. This is, I believe it's 44 millimeters. I believe it's the biggest watch that Rolex makes. I think the Yachtmaster 2 is also 44 millimeters, but the case is not as big as the James Cameron. So James Cameron is the big boy of Rolex watches. It's the biggest, baddest, toughest, you know, watch in the range. So my buddy really wants one. Okay, great. You know, I know how it is to really want to watch. Landlord watch. So he lives in Atlanta. So for 2 years, he's been pestering his AD to get him this watch, to no avail. Now, 3 weeks ago, he calls me up. He says, Prophet, he lives in Georgia. He calls me up. He said, Prophet, my AD just called me. They said they have the James Cameron for me. I was like, no way, finally, wow, great for you. He's like, yeah, so I'm gonna shoot over there, I'm gonna get it. So let me tell you the complete story. So he's out, you know, running a few errands with his brother. His AD calls him up. His AD says, because he's been pestering his AD, I want the James Cameron, I want the James Cameron, I want the James Cameron. It's been 2 years. AD said, yeah, we're going to call you when we get it. His AD calls him up, she calls him up, she says, listen, I got the James Cameron. If you want it, come get it. She tells him, I can only hold it for 2 hours, so if you want it, you got to come get it. That 2-hour thing, right? We know how that goes. So he says, no problem. I'm 10 minutes away. I'm coming right in. So He shoots over there. He's close by. He shoots over there. He gets inside. She says, hey, welcome, welcome, come on in. She pulls out the watch, shows him the watch. He tries it on. He FaceTimes me from the AD. I snap a picture. So I actually have a picture of his wrist, of him wearing the James Cameron, him in the shop with his AD, right? I'll include it at the end of this picture, at the end of this video. He's loving the watch, loving the watch, loving the watch. So he says, she asked him, are you going to take it? Yeah, of course I'm going to take it. Now, this is one of those guys that likes to pay cash for things, right? He doesn't, I mean, he's got a few credit cards, but he doesn't like to use them. So he's one of these guys that like to pay cash for things. I got to pay cash for my car. I got to pay cash for this. I got to pay cash for this. I got to pay cash for my watches. He's got a nice collection. He's got a couple watches, nice pieces. So he says, okay, I'm going to take a watch. I'm going to take the watch, put it aside for me, and I'll be back. And she says, wait a minute. I can't hold the watch. Either you take it now, or I have to put it outside in the case. And, you know, it's a steel sports. You run the risk of somebody buying it. He's like, no, no, no. I'm going to take the watch. I just got to go home, get the money, because, you know, I'm a cash buyer. I got to go home, get the money, and I'll come home and I'll take the watch. Oh, you want the watch? You seriously want the watch? Yeah, I want the watch. I'm going to take the watch for sure. Okay, boom, no problem. She says, okay, I'll hold the watch for you for 2 hours. For some reason, the AD always gives you this 2-hour like window. If you know what I'm talking about, leave it in the comment below. So he has 2 hours. He runs out of the store. He lives about an hour away from the AD. 45 minutes to an hour. So, about 10 minutes, he tells me about 10 minutes after he leaves the shop, his AD calls him up. Listen, where are you? I'm on the way home. I'm on the way to get the money and I'll come back. Listen, I have to put the watch in the shop. In the wow, that's true. In the case, I have to put it in the case. Yeah, but you told me I had 2 hours. Yeah. It's your watch. You have 2 hours, but I have to put it in the case. The manager's bugging me to put it in the case. Okay, no problem. So he steps on the gas. It's flaming home. He tells me about 10, 15 minutes later. So now this is a total of maybe 20, 25 minutes. The AD calls him back. Yeah. Somebody, I put the watch in the case. Somebody's trying it on and they're saying they want it. How far away are you? What do you mean? You gave me 2 hours. I've been waiting 2 years for that watch. You know, I'm in love with that watch. That's my watch. I told you I'm coming back. You know, why'd you put it in the case? I'm on my way back. Okay, how far away are you? Half hour. You know, I just left the store 20, 15 minutes ago. Listen, the AD tells him, listen, I feel for you, I'm sorry, but I can't wait another half hour. I'm gonna have to sell the watch. What? I gotta sell the watch. He hangs up the phone. He still, he thinks it can't be true. He thinks it's just like he thought 2 years ago in 2018 when I made the video about him. He thinks this is a salesman ploy. They're just telling him to hurry up and bring back the money to buy the watch. He goes home, he gets his money, comes back about an hour later, goes into the AD, says, I got the money, I'll take the watch, I'll take the watch. just like the last time in 2018, she sells the watch. He calls me pissed. Yo, Prophet, she sold my watch, she sold my watch, she sold my watch. I hate these ADs. I hate these ADs. I hate all this crap. You know, I'm so sick of this. They promised me this, they promised me that, they promised me this, they promised me that. I hate that. I'm so sick of this. You know, it's not what you know, it's who you know with these ADs, blah, 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 blah. You know, the same complaint that a lot of guys go through, you know, because these ADs, you know, they sell you the watch. They sell you a watch. You know, they're doing you a favor. They feel like they're doing you a favor because, you know, these watches are so hot right now. So if you don't want it, somebody else is going to take it, right? And here's the thing. Don't ever let you tell your AD, listen, I want this watch, and your AD gets you that watch. Don't ever not come through and pick up that watch when you get that phone call. Because if you do that, she said, no, I'm not going to take this one, and he'll get me another one, or she'll get me another one. You can forget it. If you get that call for the watch that you ordered, and you don't come in, and you don't pick up that watch, they file your name in the trash bucket, and you will never get another watch. That's how that goes. Now, so he tells me she sold my watch, and she said, yeah, don't worry about it. I'll get you another one. I'm so sorry. I'll get you another one. But he knows as well as I know that he can forget it. She is never going to get him another watch. So he tells me, Prophet, please help me out. Can you help me out? You know, you walk in your AD, you know, you open the catalog, you go like this to a watch in the catalog, and they have the watch for you the next day, right? I mean, it's not that simple, but, you know, I have a good connection with a couple of ADs, right? I have, you know, any watch that I've asked for, and they've called me on, you know, I ran immediately in within the hour, and I picked it up, you know. So I have a good repertoire with a couple of ADs. He's like, Prophet, this is my dream watch. I just want to get that watch, and then I'll be done. I've been after it for 2 years. I should have got it when you told me to got it. You know, I really love this watch. I really want to add it to my collection, and I'm done. I'll have a 3-piece collection, and I'm finished. And I go, okay, you know. He goes, please, talk to your AD and see what you can do. And I'm like, you know, these watches are super hard to get, these steel pieces, these sports pieces. They're hard to get, and especially a newer model. You're talking James Cameron. You know, it's a newer model, the new one, you know, with the thicker bracelet. They're hard to get. And he's like, please, see what you can do. You know, this is my last watch, and then I'm done. I have the money right here. And I go, okay, you know what? Let me see what I can do. He's my boy, you know, I love him. So I say, okay, let me see what I can do for you. Hang up with him. I call up my AD, right? Call up my AD. Listen, hey, what's up, Prophet? Yeah, blah, blah, blah. Boom. Listen. I'm thinking about a James Cameron. James Cameron? Yeah. But you just got the two-tone landlord watch. Yeah, I know I just got the two-tone landlord watch. But I'm thinking about a James Cameron. And it's not really for me. It's for a buddy of mine. But I'm thinking about the James Cameron. Can you see what you can do for me? Okay, we don't have anything now. We called you with what we have, and you picked up the two-tone landlord. this one. I said, yeah, I know, but please, the next time a shipment comes in, or if you can make a phone call and get me to James Cameron, I owe you one. I'll greatly appreciate it. He says, Prophet, I'll see what I can do. Okay, boom. I don't think nothing of it. Now, this is the same AD that I said, get me a rainbow Daytona, and she said that's out of the question, right? Because, she made the phone calls, inquiries were made, and you can forget about the Rolex rainbow Daytona from the AD. So, I told her, I want the Rolex James Cameron Deep Sea. Okay, boom. I hang up, so I completely forget about it. A week goes by, I'm sitting on my desk, doing some work. My phone lights up. And when you look at the caller ID, you have your phone face up. You look at the caller ID, it's my AD. I'm like, oh. Instantly, for some reason, it clicks in my head. Does she have the rainbow? Does she have the rainbow? So my heart kind of so I pick up the phone, I go, hello? Hey, Prophet. Hey, how you doing? I'm just calling to tell you that we got that watch. And I'm like, oh, God. Now, this is a $100,000 watch. And I'm like, you got the watch? Yeah. You got the watch? Yes, we got the watch. Now, I'm calling you, and I go, wait a minute. What watch? She goes, I got the James Cameron you asked for. I'm like, oh, that's right. I asked for a James Cameron last week for my boy. That's his favorite watch. He must have this watch. I almost forgot that I asked for him. We got that watch, and I'm about to put it in a case. And I said, no. Don't do that. I'm coming in for the watch. Okay, but I can give you 2, they always with the 2 hours. If you've been told 2 hours, leave it in the comments below. All right, so boom. I say, you know what? Let me stop what I'm doing. Let me pick up this watch. My boy really wants this watch. He loves this watch. I got to get it for him. So, I go to the AD, right? I race to my AD. Give me a second. I go to my AD, and da-da-da-da. Put in the call, and a week later, we got the watch. Picked up the watch for him. That's how much I love you, bro. Yeah. Picked up the watch for him. So, let's give you a quick look at the watch. I never really knew too much about this watch until I picked it up. It's 44 millimeters. It's the biggest watch Rolex makes. They made this watch for James Cameron to commemorate They made this watch for James Cameron to commemorate him going to the bottom of the ocean floor in the Mariana Trench. You see, so what they do is, it's a beautiful watch. This is a heavy watch. This is a grown man's watch. A woman could not pull off this watch. This is a big man's watch. This is a man's watch. So if you know this watch, you know that the dial starts off with like a big, rich, like a dark blue, almost like a royal blue. And then it fades down into a super dark, almost black, which is representative of the bottom of the ocean. I mean, it's a fantastic watch. It's a beautiful watch. It's impossible to get unless you are a Rolex VIP. And I did my friend a favor. I picked it up for him. So, here's the watch. This is a heavy watch. This is a solid watch. This is a grown man's watch. Now, it's beautiful. It is actually a sight to behold. It's a beautiful piece of kit. See that? It's called a helium escape valve. This is a beautiful watch. Now, the thing is, for those that know that when you buy a watch from an AD, they are now printing your name on the card. They're no longer writing in a pen. They're printing your name on the card. And the person that is buying it is the name that they're going to put on the card. You can't buy it for someone else. If it's a gift or whatever, you can't put no one else's name on the card. That is the way that they deter, like the flippers or whatever. You want to buy it and you want to flip it. So they put your name on the card. Now, so the person that is buying the watch, his name is who's going to go on the card. Now, there is a way around that. And I will, I mean, that's going to be a whole nother video, so I'll get into that in another video. The purpose of this video is to tell my boy, yo, I got your watch. Come pick it up, because this is a beauty. If you don't come pick it up, I'm gonna, make a video starring this watch every week until you come get it. This is a beautiful watch. Man, if you don't come get it, I'm gonna keep it. This is a lovely baby. This would be a welcome addition to anybody's box. As a matter of fact, one of the another watch YouTuber, he was saying that the James Cameron Deep Sea is actually highly collectible, and that if you can get your hands on one, to pick it up and just save it, because it will soar in value. And I have to say, I think he's right. This is a beautiful watch, and it actually represents something. It actually represents James Cameron going to the bottom of the Mariana Trench. And the color green, the deep sea written in green here, is actually the color of his vessel that he went to the bottom of the sea floor with. This is a beautiful watch. Let me just give you a little comparison, how it looks like next to the landlord watch. I mean, it's actually much bigger than the landlord watch. This is crazy right now. I thought the landlord watch was a great size, but this is actually bigger. This is a grown man's watch. This is a beautiful watch. Beautiful watch, and it's heavy. It lets you know that there's a grown man here, and this is my watch. Yeah, this is a beautiful watch. So there you go. You can pick up a watch for a friend if you know what you're doing. If you're a VP, VIP, with your AD. You can't make that happen. Now come pick up your watch before I put it on my wrist and make a video of it every week starring the James Cameron Deep Sea. Beautiful watch, brother. Beautiful watch. All right, so there you go. I'm your host, Richard Prophet. This is the Prophet Realty Group channel where we're talking Rolex. And thanks for watching.